Hello, and welcome to the virtual 3M University. Today, we are going to learn more about abrasives. 3M made the first sandpaper in 1904, and since then, we have been developing the products to provide you with performance acceleration and quality satisfaction. We have products that range from the basic mineral as garnet to highly engineered shapes. And today we're going to learn more about the abrasive sheets and abrasive sponges. So let's begin. Let's begin with the ProGrade Precision sheets. So these are the latest development that happened in 3M abrasives. As you can see here, it says Cubitron 2. So Cubitron 2 is a technology of the mineral, as I mentioned before, the engineered shapes, and we'll go more into that. But first, I wanted to show you the no-slip grip technology. Again, it's a basic construction with sandpaper. It has paper, has resin, and it has mineral. And this provides the basic cut, and it provides the basic quality. Now, there is development in the paper, there's development in the resin, there's development in the mineral. And when that happens, you get that performance acceleration, and that's what 3M has done. Now, the development in the paper is this no-slip grip technology. Now, usually what would happen is you would use a sandpaper by tri-folding it like this, because you don't want to slip it in your hands, right? So when you fold it, you get this mineral to mineral grip, and then you can sand it like this. But what 3M thought is, if you're doing that, you're wasting a lot of product, and after a while, your hand will start painting. So we developed this no-slip grip backing. As you can see, I'm trying to move it with my fingers, but I'm not able to move it. And this benefits in a way that when I am putting the sandpaper on the substrate, I can sand like this. So it doesn't slip, which means I'm using my palm, so it's less tiring. And I'm using all of the surface area of this sheet, which means that I don't have to waste any of that material. So this helps, first of all, with time, because you're going to sand a lot, and the longevity of the sheet, because it's going to last longer. So this is that no-slip grip backing. Now, as I mentioned, the development in the mineral. So 3M actually engineered shapes of this mineral and called it the Cubitron 2 technology. The Cubitron 2 technology is basically, it has these peaks. The mineral has these peaks in a specific shape, which actually slices the substrate. So when you're actually sanding, it slices the substrate, and it is a very strong mineral, so it doesn't break. But when it breaks, it always breaks at an angle, so the sharpness of the mineral is long lasting, and because of that, it provides that performance acceleration. Whereas the conventional abrasive does not slice, it actually grinds on the substrate, builds up heat, and then usually breaks, or the resin gets heated, and then it loses that mineral, and that's when you don't get that performance that you want. So that's the reason why this Cubitron 2 technology, it's amazing, it gives you great performance, and to just show that, we have that demo. So here is a demo board. As you can see, there are actually three paints on this board. It's the white, the red, and the gray on the top, and then there's this baseboard. So what we did is we took these sandpapers into a hand tool and then just sanded it for 25 passes. All the three have 100 grits on them. This is the basic garnet mineral that I was talking about. So this is the basic sandpaper, this is the ProGrade, and this is the ProGrade Precision, which has the Cubitron 2 technology, so that mineral that I was talking about. So as you can see, 25 passes for all three of them. You can see the difference. This one's just kind of on the surface. The ProGrade Precision, the ProGrade is actually, yes, starting to scratch a little bit. So you can see that it's actually going into the second layer. But you can see that's ProGrade Precision with 25 passes. It actually has gone through to the baseboard, which means that if you're stripping, your job is done really quick. So this is a great example of the performance. These sheets actually come in various grits, so from 60 to 400. So depending on your job, if you're stripping the paint, if you want to finish, if you are sanding in between coats, we have all the grits that you need. All right, now getting into the sanding sponges. This is a very basic sanding sponge. It's a classic sponge. It has 3M conventional abrasives, not the one that I mentioned before. It's very easy to use, handy. As you can see, it kind of fits in your palm. Contour surfaces are, if you want to get into a little bit of corners as well, you can try to do that too. It has a very flexible but strong foam, so as you can see. So you can also use these for wet or dry. So if they load up, you can just do that or dunk it in water, wait it for it to dry, and then sand again. And this product also comes in different sizes, so fine, medium, or coarse, depending on the job that you want to do. Of course, before you start painting, you want to sand the area, and sometimes you want to move up the grits. So once you strip, you need coarser, and once you go towards the finish, you need fine. So the grits work in a way that, as I mentioned before, the sanding sheets as well have different grits. So starting from 60 to 400. 60 is coarse, so the lower the number, the coarser the mineral is, and 400 is fine. So depending on the job, you can actually move from low to high, which means that you're moving from coarser to finer grits. Okay. Now we get into the 3M Pro Grade Precision Sanding Sponges. So again, as mentioned, this has a premium mineral on it. It has a premium sponge as well, which actually maintains its shape as you're sanding, so it actually lasts longer. Has really comfortable feel to it. It's very easy to use. It can be used wet or dry, again, similar to the classic sponge. So when it's loading up, just dunk it in water, wait for it to dry, use it again. It has a pliable design, as you can see. It cuts very well, and it has a unique coating on it that actually resists clogging. So premium grade sponge is great. Another sponge is the edge detailing dual angle sponge. As you can see, there are dual angles of this. You can see it from the sides too, and from the top right there. So that's dual angle. So what this helps with actually getting into those sharp edges that are really hard with a normal square sponge. So you can actually get in there and sand in there. It's great for finish. Again, it has this pliable premium sponge, so it's strong. It's pliable, but it's also strong, which helps, and it's very comfortable when you're sanding. As I talked about, these sharp corners, or the dual angle, helps with the corners again, and with the flat one, you can sand a more surface area of the product. Wet or dry, again, if it's starting to load up, you can put it in the water, dry, and then go back again to your project. This is, again, also a great product. This is a premium sponge with premium mineral. All right, next we go into the 3M dust channeling sponge. As you can see here, these are innovative channels that helps reduce clogging. So because the dust that gets settled in here will actually channel through these innovative channels. On the other side, there's also a flat surface for your proper flat sanding. So this is more like a two-in-one product. Again, this has ultra durable foam, very flexible. So if you want to sand maybe a spindle, you can also actually move this like that. You can just cover the spindle and you can sand accordingly. And then if you wanted to do the flat sanding, there's your other surface. Again, this product has premium minerals on it, ultra durable foam, as I mentioned. You can rinse and reuse this product. Also has that innovative coating on the top that prevents clogging. So all in all, a great product, the 3M dust channeling sponge. So those were all the sponges that we did. But before we say sayonara, I just wanted to get your attention to one more product. It is widely used by drywallers using the sanding tools. It's usually the pole sanders. It is a 3M foam back cloth-based abrasive. It's quite a mouthful, but this is what it looks like. So there is this foam at the back, it's cloth-based, and then there is an abrasives on the top. This is a great product. It is cloth based, so you can actually tear it with your hand, and it tears pretty well. So if you wanted to do a project where you need a tiny bit of abrasive, you can tear this and you can actually use this. It's great for hand sanding too because it has this soft foam at the back. But imagine if you were pole sanding. You have a pole sander, you put this on. Now, usually you would put a paper-backed product on it. So that's pole sanding, you put this product on. The first point of attachment is where the clip goes. Now what happens is, once you put a paper-backed product on the clip, it stays there for a while, but once you're sanding it, it starts to tear. But because this is a cloth-based product, it doesn't tear. You can press it, you can use it for a very long time. So when you're actually sanding it, it stays there for a long period of time. The other part is sometimes let's say if you're working in a repaint job, so you're going in the house and you have to repaint a room. Sometimes there's like tiny nails or screws or picture hangers in there that you sometimes don't see because of the paint on them. And when you're sanding it with a paper-based product, what happens is when you go through a nail or a picture hanging, it tears, and then you have to, put the pole down. You have to again remove that paper product, put a different product again, and then you have to sand again. It takes a lot of time. Whereas with this product, you can actually just sand on the top of that nail, so it doesn't tear because of the cloth-based feature, and it's very strong. So that's a great benefit to it. You don't have to change it quite often because it doesn't load up that often too, and it's a great product to be used on a pole sander. Drywall sanders love this product. So 3M foam-backed cloth-based abrasive. So that's it. That's all about the 3M abrasives. We learned about the abrasive sheets, these abrasive sponges, and the cloth-based product as well. I hope you learned something today, and I thank you for your time and attention. Bye.